It's rolling!
Ina balna, ina Such professionalism, bro. Making music for me has been my passion. While writing a song, I've always been happy. I mean, after I finish the song, because when I write a song, usually I'm depressed. And I like that, but being up on stage, playing to a couple hundred people, or 20 people, or 50 people, or 1,000 people, I've always, I feel at home on stage. I know it sounds cliche, but music changed my life. Because music to me is everything. And I suppose it's with most people. So music sort of gives you this escape from reality or the troubles or from depression. So yeah, it's been my beautiful escape. I think I've always grown up in that circle of musicians. I've had brothers. I have brothers that are musicians. They've always, have this inclination to playing music. So I suppose that sort of gave me a reason to play music, I think. The first record that I bought was from a guy in Shillong who sold bootleg records. So I bought this bootleg record of Lamb of God, Sacrament. So the first record I bought was a metal record. And I've always enjoyed listening to metal, so yeah. It was a rip-off of, because we got this, when you buy there was this magazine called The Record. So when you get that magazine, it comes with a lyrics booklet. So there was this song by Guns N' Roses called Civil War. So I just ripped off that lyrics, wrote it down in my own way. So I think that was one of the first songs I wrote. And I was, 11 years old, I think. If I am to be completely honest, I grew up listening to boy bands like Backstreet Boys, Westlife. But my influences would be Zeppelin, Chuck Berry. I really enjoy songwriting. I'm more inclined to the music that bands from the 60s put out, say 50s, 60s, like Zeppelin, Chuck Berry. Not much of a Beatles fan, but The Who and all those bands. The music that they put out, I can relate to them more, I think. The process is usually me by myself, depressed as fuck, trying to put together a couple of lines, a couple of verses that I feel emotionally connected to. Songwriting, I think it's more of that adrenaline rush I get out of songwriting that I look forward to the most. That feeling of, I to the balance day. I try to be as honest as I can. I don't put this wall around me that there's nothing I can't write about. So I think it's worked well for me over the years, so yeah. The songwriting, I've always written songs for Polaroids. So what I do is I'll come up with the structure of the song. I'll write down, I'll basically have this idea of what the song should feel like. So after I write my songs, I'll pitch it over to my elder brother Tamjin, who plays guitar in Polaroids. I think he sort of gets what I want to accomplish with the song. So it's usually me and my brother, and Utilanu as well, he plays bass. So it's usually the three of us. So we'll get down this structure of the songs and we sort of work from there. The best thing about being in a band is say during festivals you get to meet bands that are from the other side of India, the other side or the other part of the world. You get to make new friends and share your music, and just like-minded people coming together. So that's the most, the best experience about being in a band. I've had people come up to me and say they really dig or enjoy my songwriting. So that's, I think, the most satisfactory compliment you can ever get as a musician. So during gigs, I look forward to people coming up to me and saying, I really enjoy your music, or your music, I can relate to your lyrics. So that's, I think, the most satisfying thing being a musician. Here in Nagaland, probably the money. People here in Nagaland, or musicians here in Nagaland, think that we are owed something by the government. See, there's this department called MTF, Music Task Force. So we usually expect things for free. So it's not much the government, but the musicians that needs to give more effort to, if you want to be a musician and have this dream of making it big one day, you can't depend on the government or the Music Task Force to, come to you and say, take this money and you can, make it big in the music industry. I think bands or musicians here in Nagaland, most bands, not all of them, because there are artists like Jonathan, Nyome, Tutan, Imliakam, #ElectricCoolKid. There are bands, good singer-songwriters, but I think people or musicians over here get caught up in the hype of popular music. So the music, even if it's original music or just the music that they put out feels not as genuine, I suppose. So, but I don't blame them though, because see, music or the culture in the States or in London or the other parts of the world, because they have this underground culture where you get to grow as a musician. But the scene over here, even if we have a scene, if we even have one, the scene is still in its infancy. So what do we expect? But it's growing, it's getting there, because there are websites like Indie, Reverb Nation, SoundCloud, where people can put up their music. So I've seen a couple interesting musicians, but we're getting there, I suppose. I still have that stage fright, but once I go up on stage, it feels like home to me now. It's usually us just talking, making a couple jokes, and once we go up, it feels normal. So yeah. The Beast Inside the Line, it's on a new EP. So probably The Beast Inside the Line.
What's it about?
It's about me going through the emotions of a 22-year-old. A murder machine, man. I know it's sort of, it got us on the map, or it got us. People usually identify Polar Lights with a murder machine, but because when a murder machine came out, we blew up. So our music was everywhere. So we weren't really ready for that kind of exposure we got. My ultimate goal would be the biggest band in the world. I know people find that funny, but that would always keep me with something to look forward to or to chase. So I know I don't think we'll make it as big, say the biggest band in the world, but that'll always keep us with something to look forward to, or dream big or go home. So yeah, nothing in life comes easy. You should do something that makes you happy, and it may not bring you the monetary pleasures, but if it's something you love to do, I know it's a cliche answer, but I think it's worked for me over the years. I would advise people to follow or to do what makes you happy, and just keep working hard, and eventually we'll all get there, I think. My name is Mar. I'm 24 years old and I play in a band called Polar Lights. I'm from Dimapur and I'm a working musician, I suppose.
So that was Mar from Polar Lights. Check his music up and check Polar Lights' music up in the links which I will leave in the description below on YouTube, Indie Hut, Facebook, and all the good stuff. I will leave all those in the link below. I have known Mar for quite a number of years now, and all jokes aside, he believes in what he does and he lives and breathes music. And as the Onion Knight Davos Seaworth would say, he's a right proper lad. That's a Game of Thrones reference for all you Game of Thrones fans. Mar's going to be performing next month, I think, in September in Kohima, and also they're going to be performing as Polar Lights in Guwahati for the Fort Carl Festival in September. So plenty of opportunities for you guys to go check them out live. So yeah, check them out, give them your support if you like their music, and good luck to you guys, man, and thanks for doing this, Mar. Really appreciate it. That was our second episode of the Portrait series. Check out our first episode, which will pop up as soon as this video ends. It's with Tejome, so check that out as well. And if you have suggestions of who we can interview, we already have a long list of people that we need to interview, but if you have any more people that you want to suggest, maybe leave a comment below on YouTube here or on Facebook, or send us a message on Facebook, and we will definitely get in touch. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more content, perhaps you can leave a like, or maybe you can subscribe to our channel. It's free, it takes only a second, and it helps us out a lot. So yeah, until next time, I will see ya.